Gonna get into some Jamaican here now, people. You see them thing yeah? You see them yeah? Them yeah which took me like 2 months to try and get now that they're on sale. Don't buy them. Save your money, save it. Do not buy the PlayStation Pulse Explorer. Alright people, welcome back. You done, it's your boy Kamani Brown, back with another video, and today we're going to be speaking about more PS5 peripherals, right? Now, I just made a video speaking about these bad boys, the Pulse 3D headsets, old trusty as I would call them. There are a couple of flaws for me, the main one being the sweat, people. The heat is real, especially here in Jamaica. Now, I had to replace these ear cups because, as I said in my previous video, sweat, salt, and leather/pleather don't mix. So I switched to these. They cost less than 20 bucks. I'll leave links to them in the description below. If you're interested, you can check them out if you have similar issues such as me back in the day. But I love these. They're good enough. They do but I'm looking for an upgrade, right? To solve my main issue. That's where these come in. And these specifically because, well, I'm gonna get into some Jamaican here now, people. You see them thing yeah? You see them yeah? Them yeah which took me like 2 months to try and get now that they're on sale. Save your money. Do not buy them. Do not buy the PlayStation Pulse Explorer. If you guys check on Amazon, the reviews aren't that great. They're pretty subpar, and really and truly, user reviews speak for themselves. I don't have the money to spend. I don't have the money to waste. I've never used them before. I'm listening to the majority, the masses, and for 200 bucks, they don't sound like they are worth it. I was not willing to take that gamble. That's where these bad boys come in, right? The wireless VR earbuds, the VR P10 from Soundcore, aka Anker, right? Guys, this is not only cheaper, significantly cheaper, less than half the price of those abominations, the Pulse Explorers. They're actually even cheaper than the Pulse 3Ds. Yo, I can't believe it, right? And guess what? It sounds better than both of them if you know what you're doing. Now, in this video, of course, I'm going to go through why I highly recommend you get these versus any of those other headsets, including these, as much as I love these, and of course show you how to get the most out of them. Of course, price is the biggest factor, and let's show you what to get in the box. Now, moving all the trusty aside, here we go. Now, of course, I've been using this thing for a while. Got them about a couple of weeks ago. I have been testing them thoroughly with games like Cyberpunk, the new Tekken 8 demo, just to have a mix, you know, tested a bit of Call of Duty just to hear how guns and everything sound. I mean, for that as usual. And this is pretty much it. The manuals are on top, and this is the device itself. There's nothing else really in here except for, of course, a charging cable and the ear tips, right? You get 3 sets. Medium works best for me. Now, before I go any further, something that is very, very, very important are the ear tips. I cannot stress enough. You actually need to find the right ear tips for you. They give you 3 sets in a package. However, if any of those 3 do not fit well in your ears, it is worth the effort to search either on Amazon, Best Buy, Walmart, some random electronics store for other ear tips, whether they're of the silicone variety or foam ear tips, to find the best fit for yourselves. I cannot stress how important this is to ensure that you have a good seal. The good seal, as I mentioned, it is key for not only keeping the sound in your ears, but blocking external sound from getting to your ears. The passive noise cancellation on these things is impeccable. I'll go as far as to say that they're almost as good as the active noise cancellation on my Beats Fit Pros. It's that good. For me, medium ear tips almost always work for me with pretty much any in-ear earphones, but everyone is not so lucky or blessed as I would put it. But trust me people, that's very, very important. I'm going to get to the second most important factor soon. Now let's just pop this bad boy open. Now this is what you have, right? Both ear tips, they both light up, they're gaming earbuds. You know how it goes already. You have to have the LED, RGB all the way, baby. And here they are. Here is one right here. They're angled, of course, to give you the best angle into your ear. They have stems. They also have microphones as well built in. These are the magnetic charging contacts right there. And I'm not sure if you guys can actually hear it right about now. Let me put it close to my mic. It's actually playing music from my phone because that's another feature that I was going to get to. One, it has touch controls for your play, pause, skip tracks, volume up, volume down, etc. Also, it has multi-point connection. You can connect them to your PS5 and you can also have it connected to your PC or your phone or your Mac or your iPhone. So those are also standout features. Now to connect it to the PS5, you're interested in this. And this is also another standout feature, the dongle, right? Not only do you get a dongle that enables low latency connection via 2.4 gigahertz wireless connection, but it's USB Type-C and it's tiny and it fits in the case magnetically. So this is how you actually remove them. It's a bit funny, but you get used to it. You flip it up and then it just comes right out. Right? Fairly easy. Now, look how tiny this thing is compared to the case. Very small. Unlike the Pulse Explorers that come with that gigantic thumb drive looking thing. This is also USB Type-C, as you would imagine. And it also has a charging pass-through, so you actually wouldn't lose the functionality of your USB-C port. You can still charge peripherals through it. And then LED light comes up here, but I'm imagining this is where the antenna passes through and you get the connection and all that. Which brings me to my next point, connection. Connection on this, while I've not owned the Pulse Explorer, I've heard horrible stories of how bad the connection is. If you walk a couple of rooms over, if you're blocked by a couple of walls between you and your PS5, you pretty much lose connection. With this thing, and even via Bluetooth to my phone, I have stable connection throughout the household. No problem. Zero latency with the PS5 itself, stellar audio quality. Now, getting to the next thing, audio quality. Right out of the box, these things suck. They suck. Do not just think you'll just open the box, plug this in your PS5 or connect it to your iPhone and get good quality audio. They suck out of the box badly. Now, one of the mandatory things that you must do right out of the gate is this. Go into the Apple Play Store and download this app, the Soundcore app, straight. As a matter of fact, I would say do this before you even pull the box, right? You go in there, you download it, you go in. Right now mine needs to be updated. I'll deal with that later. Now, here it is, right in the app, the Soundcore app. It shows you the list of devices. You press that, you get in. Now it's very comprehensive, a fairly comprehensive app. Here are both earbuds. It shows you the current charging level of each individual earbud. You can go in, you can change the lighting effects. Here we have them right now. You can change them to orange, pink or fuchsia, whatever that is, purple, and a lighter purple. I love the default pink, guys. I mean, don't knock me, right? And you can go in, you have the dongle, you can select the dongle, which it won't connect right now because of course it's not plugged into anything. It can work with PC and Mac as well as PS5, of course. And this is what you care about, the equalizer. But before I get into that, you can also go into the controls as well. You can select what each earbud does, volume up, volume down, next, previous, play, pause, or whatever. You can set it individually for each side, and you can double tap controls, hold for 2 seconds. You can set it to activate your voice assistant and whatever. But this is what you care about, the equalizer. right? I'm actually going to bring it up on screen right about now. You have default settings. You have many of them, like a plethora of them, right? You guys can have a look at this. They're like what, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, sorry, 14, 16, 18, 20, about 20 different settings, right? And the Soundcore signature bass up function, whatever that is, who cares? But really and truly, the only default equalizer setting that's worth a damn is this one, the rock setting, right? Gives you fairly clear bass, fairly clear vocals, and fairly clear mids. All the others suck. I don't even bother with them, but you could play around with them if you wish. But this is what you care about, the custom. This is where all the magic happens. I went ahead and created this profile. You guys can follow along. Of course, you have the different frequencies at the bottom of the screen there, the bottom of the graph. And you can't go wrong with creating a V setup like this. I actually created this using the equalizer settings from my PS Pulse 3D headsets on the PS5. But this gives you much more granular settings, people. I think the one on the Pulse 3D headsets give you like around 5 to move around. This gives you what, 8? So I had to, you know, edit it according to that and fine tune it a bit. But it works. Guys, I am no audiophile, but with this general setup here, I'm getting superior audio to even the Pulse 3D headsets. I'm getting punchier, clearer bass, clear mids, and the lows. I'm hearing things that I was not hearing before in games, people. Trust me, I love these things for that very reason, right? So I went at length to speak about the equalizer and the ear tips at the very beginning of this video, because those are the two most important things that you will need to do right out of the box. Find the right ear tips to get the right fit, and download the app, set up the equalizer. That's it. Those are the two things you must do first, right? After that, I promise you, you will get your money's worth and then some out of this. This will sound better than the Pulse 3D headsets, and I've never heard the Pulse Explorers before, but based on the user reviews, there's a good chance it may sound even better than those as well, right? So I highly recommend these guys. I can't go back. Alright people, so here I am on my PS5, about to get things cracking, jumping right in, and I'm actually going to show you guys how this thing works with the PS5 live in living color. I currently have it on the battery saving mode, so that's why the LEDs actually don't come on. If you guys remember in the app, you have 3 different modes: breathing, continuous, and battery saving. I prefer this mode. It does in fact give you an extra hour or 2 in battery life, so that's another important thing to note. So just grab one of these, pop it in. So as you guys saw, powered on the system, popped one in my ears, the sound automatically switches once this is activated. Nothing needs to be done, right? Put that down. Now, there's one quirk to note, people. Go down here, go to sound devices. It automatically detects it right there in output device as the USB headset VR P10 dongle. You press that, you could switch between the TV, which is HDMI device TV, or this, the headsets. So of course I select that. Now the one quirk I was mentioning about is this, the volume. The volume can only be adjusted manually like this. You press it, you turn it down or up. Now unfortunately, this is one quirk to note, right? You cannot use the touch controls with the PS5. It works with everything else, your Mac, your PC, your iPhone, your Android device, any other device, but with the PS5 you have to manually come in here and adjust the volume. It's a minor quibble because really and truly, people, I just crank it to the max and I'm good to go. I like my games loud and in my ears, and I love it. So I usually just set it here and forget it. I never come back in here ever again. And this is pretty much how it is. You plug it in, it recognizes it instantly. You come in sound, you adjust the volume to how you need it to be. You switch it from output device to the VR P10 dongle, and you're good to go. That is it. That's how simple this thing is to set up. Alright people, so this is the next thing, right, that you may be wondering about. The microphone quality. No, it's not the best. This is it right now, running a demo. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can hear me. It's not crystal clear, but it's definitely serviceable. No microphone on any headset is all that great, so this is no different. But in the gameplay sessions online, you can definitely make out everything that I'm saying. And it's also useful for phone calls. I've made phone calls with this, and I haven't heard any complaints. Definitely not as good as my iPhone mic, but definitely serviceable. Now, the only reason why I wouldn't really recommend these is if you're not really into in-ear earbuds. If you want over-the-ear headsets, I would recommend, of course, a Pulse 3D headsets if you're on a tight budget. If not, and you don't mind spending a little bit more and waiting a little bit more, I would say hold off to see what the Pulse Elites have in store. But those should be fire. They should be using those planar magnetic drivers that should be in the Pulse Explorer, which right now seemed like overhyped garbage. I don't know how best to put it, but a lot of people are upset. People are returning them. The reviews on Amazon are pretty bad, and there's not much to say about it. I couldn't risk $200 to see what that sounds like. I was actually willing to risk around 70 to 80 bucks, including tax, for these. You can actually get a bundle that comes with 2 dongles for around $10 more, right? Which is an awesome deal, because by itself, these dongles cost about 15 bucks. So it is a deal. It's a steal of a deal, people. And there's not much more to be said about this. I mean, it charges by USB-C, which is always a plus. Has a gaming aesthetic, of course. As I said before, you can carry the dongle with it. Close it, and you're on your merry way. And yeah, I love this thing, guys. Fits in your pocket, hell of a lot smaller and more compact package than even the Pulse Explorer. This is a no-brainer, guys. This is my surprise of 2024 so far. This is my favorite gadget of 2024 so far, people. This has brought back my joy to gaming. I no longer have to worry about sweaty ears. I no longer have to worry about sound leakage, because this gives me a much better sound isolation than the PS Pulse 3Ds. And didn't break the bank doing all of this, right? So I'm actually glad Sony messed up the whole shipping thing and making the PS Pulse Explorers being sold out for like 2 months or so. I'm glad I wasn't able to buy them, because I would never have discovered these. I may have wasted $130. Give or take. I love these guys. I hope you guys can actually sense the genuine excitement coming from me right now, but I love these, right? I cannot do without them yet again. Can't stress that enough. So yet again, thanks for tuning in, people. You don't know, I'll appreciate a like, subscribe, and of course, hitting that little notification bell so you know when the next video is out, right? See you guys in the next one. Peace out and take care. Thank you.